Neki have a brand new song. So why am I showing you a clock? Well, because that brand new song doesn't come out until this thing says it's midnight. That's just the way the internet works. And yes, this is from their brand new album, EP, mini album, call it what you want thing, called Trick Taking, that is coming out, I believe, in March. I should have checked the dates before I pressed record, shouldn't I? But hey, there wasn't much time to be had. Now, I have looked on their YouTube, and I guess unsurprisingly, there is no sign that there is going to be a premiere of a music video, so I think we're just going straight in with the audio version. But as time is ticking down, I will just quickly give the intro for anyone who hasn't been following this channel for a while, which is that, well, I'm a bit of a fan of this band. In fact, we've been following them ever since that very first single came out, and I knew a lot of people jumped on board with that, and a lot of people were expecting them to kind of follow... Well, I don't know, expecting a lot of people were seeing them like a mini band made. And if I'm honest, I'm glad that they've really set out and made their own sound. They found their own direction, and I think they're adding something new. They don't sound like a copycat. Yes, they are in that melodic pop rock area that so many other bands are in, but they definitely have an identity of their own. And I think so far they've delivered some of the most rewarding and just great songs that we've heard from any bands in this space. So I'm just going to start F5ing these pages and see that see if the tracks come up yet. But basically, yeah, I've seen them live a few times, which means there's a possibility I've already heard this song live. Here we go. It's midnight. Let's just start F5ing these pages, see if it's come up yet. Is it on their YouTube? Maybe not. Is it on their Spotify? If it's on none of them, then I'm just going to post this video anyway. It's just going to be a video of me looking at the internet, going, where is the song? Oh, that looks like it might be it. All right, I'm going to mute it so I don't get any spoilers. We're going to set this song up. Here it is, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm going to line that track up. And yeah, so the song is called Zero Sum. We did know that before it came out. See, told you, it started playing without me even asking it to. That's why I've got it on mute, so we can enjoy it together. One last check on the YouTube, see there's no video surprise coming out. That would be really annoying if I did this whole review and then they just brought out a music video a couple of seconds later. No, I'm sure it's going to come out in the next few days. Usually, as you've probably gathered if you've been following them for a while, they often give like little teasers before their videos come out, which is why we were not really expecting a video for this one yet. And of course, when that does come up, I'll talk about that as well. We can get rid of the clock now, because one thing we know is that it is time for some new Neki. And that is what we're going to enjoy now. All of us together. Volume is up. Enough of the waffle. Let's enjoy some music. Ready? Let's go. Up. Straight in with the slap bass. Certainly a very familiar sound so far. Between that drum work and the bass work, so much happening in such a simple space. Love the backing vocals. Yeah, you got to pay it off in the chorus though. Here we go. Definitely getting more of a Marseille feel from this. Just so kinetic, so much happening all the time. The guitar's sliding, the bass is slapping. Who's there? love that build-up. And then they give you a good few bars before it goes in. Now, are we going to get a bridge on this song? I feel like it's taking us to a bridge. That really changed. Should have guessed there'd be a guitar solo, shouldn't I? Again, there's a lot of build up in this song. Alright, so we have definitely got this album's Marse. I think it's pretty clear the direction we're going on with this one. So how do I feel about this song? Do you know, I gotta be honest, it is doing so much that you can't help but just be taken along for the ride. Just, it's so kinetic. As mentioned, right when we started off in that first verse, and it was just vocals, bass, and drums. The bass was doing so much slap work, and then the drums were all sort of rumbling off the toms. It was just so much activity happening in that point in the song that you couldn't help but just, like I say, just be taken along for the ride by just how kinetic everything was, how much energy was coming through the very few little things, the very few small number of instruments that there were happening at any one time. So I have to give it massive credit for that. That's really what this song is about. It's about giving you lots and lots of kind of rolling energy, really, more than anything else. But maybe the downside of that is that there isn't really a big payoff, as in we don't get like a big chorus or anything. Now, not every song needs a big chorus, but this brings me on to perhaps what my bigger feeling about this song is. This feels like an album track. Definitely feels like an album track. Now, I'm intrigued that they've released this as as a single ahead of the album. And I think the reason is simply down to the fact that it's a really good song, but it's obviously supposed to appeal to the... Hi, James. He was waving. Unfortunately, he was blocked. So the song is definitely supposed to appeal to the same people who enjoyed Marse. And there was a lot of people who liked Marse on the first album. I mean, in fact, there's quite a few people who I still know regard Marse as their favourite song by Neki altogether. And a big part of that is because obviously there's a lot of people who really like musicianship. We've all seen like so many reaction videos based on musicianship, and there's a lot of people who are getting into this band, as I say, have come across from Bandmate and other bands who are famous for musicianship. So, and you know, Neki themselves have a very well regarded and well respected bassist in their group. So it makes sense to put those little things front and center. And I love this song on that basis. This is a little bit of a flex, a little bit of them being the musicians that they are, their heightened level. You know, it's about showing how much nuance, about how much skill they have. It really puts that front and center. Even with Hika's vocals, the way that she does that really quick little, almost borderline rap bit where her vocal speed really speeds up towards the end of the verse. All of those things, this is about showing that they are not just some pop rock band who just jangle, 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 here's a good chorus and it's done. And I totally respect that. I totally love that. And on the album, I'm going to enjoy that in the same way that I enjoy Marse on the album. It's an album track because for me, it's about adding that little bit of flavor, that little bit of color to the album. You know, taking a collection of songs and putting something in there which is a little bit different and shows, you know, like I say, a little bit of a flex for the band. It's not the sort of song that I would think I'm going to be coming back to listen to on repeat play, partly because of the fact that, you know, a lot like with Marse, it's just a song that it doesn't so much scream to me this song on its own, you have to come back and repeat listen to this song. This feels something like, again, this feels like glue in an album that takes you from one song to another, or maybe goes at the beginning of the album like Mars did and hypes you up so that the energy is so high, now you're pumped up, and then the rest of the songs can come in. That's what this feels like to me. It feels like it feels like it works because it's part of their collection of songs, part of their body of work, and I think it's going to work beautifully on Trick Taking. Now, I actually do not know what the playlist is. I've been avoiding spoilering it for myself as much as possible because I'm really excited to have that first listen to the album, even though I know it's a mini album and I've therefore probably heard most of the album already. I'm looking forward to just not knowing the order the songs are going to be in, so that when I first sit down and listen to it, I can just let the whole album wash over me in the order that they put the songs forward. So I don't know if this is going to be the opener or not, but I certainly think it's going to work more in that context. For me, really good flex, really good album track. Didn't quite do anything that made me scream, I want to come back and just listen to this song on its own, but I love it as a demonstration of their abilities. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think about this one as well, because I think actually, here's an interesting point, actually, now I come to think about it. Thinking about the songs that have come out actually ahead of this from Trick Taking, you could actually argue that some of the songs that they've released much more recently, we had Dreams. Dreams is a super catchy song, but it's very much a straight shooting pop rock song in a lot of ways. Before that, we had Loner, which maybe a little bit more complex, but I think we're looking at Dreams, and when we're looking at Loner, we're looking at two songs that are fairly straight rock. And if anything, maybe the biggest criticism that could be leveled against them is that they didn't do too much of the sort of nuanced craziness that Neki had showed they were capable of. So again, I think this is why Zero Sum works. Zero Sum is a counter to Dreams and to Loner. It's presenting, it's letting you know that this EP, this mini album, is going to have variation. It's going to have contrast. It's going to have more than one flavor on it. And I guess that would have probably been my biggest concern if I'd just been going in off the back of Loner and Dreams. I'd be like, oh, is this just going to be a bunch of melody singles? And so, yeah, again, I feel like this song works in context. And, as someone who's a bit of an album head, I like listening to music in album forms, mini albums included. I'm happy for that, personally. That's exactly what I want. I'm good with that. Looking forward to Trick Taking. I'm excited. So let me know what you think as always. Get in the comments. Tell me. Until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now. Wait for it. It's really fucking hot. I rushed to do that before midnight. Burnt. Why do I keep sipping? Ciao, ciao.